Hello everybody and welcome back to Bagels TV. Today I'm going to be going over some more leaks that come to me from the same dude who sent over the last batch that I covered in my last video, which I highly suggest you go watch that video after this one if you haven't already, because I did cover some pretty huge leaks that came with screenshots and a ton of information about the game, and they seemed very believable, at least in my opinion, so definitely go check that one out after this one. But now he says he knows a lot about Jill's role in Resident Evil 9, and let me tell you, we have a lot to unpack in this video, so before we get into it, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below so you never miss an update on the Resident Evil series, and to help me reach 2.2 thousand. And now, without any further ado, let's get into it. After I uploaded that last video, I got back in contact with the leaker and asked him what he knew about Jill's section in Resident Evil 9, since he did say you will be able to play as her, and he said yes, you will be able to play as Jill for about 15 minutes out of the 1 hour that I watched, and it's very similar to Mia's segment in Resident Evil 7 in the sense of there being a lot of flashbacks. Then I asked the leaker about said flashbacks, to which he replied most of the flashbacks are playable but scripted sequences, with one of them having you walk through the halls of Wesker's lab, and one of them where you're eating lunch with the STARS Alpha team 5 days before the events of Resident Evil 1. And the most interesting out of all of them takes place in a mental hospital sometime between Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6. And in this segment, you'll be able to interact with NPCs who are also being held there. One of the people, a man named Montgomery, was locked up because he kept saying that he could predict the future, and if you interact with him in the game, he will foresee the events of Resident Evil 6 perfectly. And another lady, Beth, says that Jill is the chosen one and the only person who could stop the planet from impending doom. This could just be because she's crazy, or it could mean something bigger later on in the game, but I'm not sure. Then I ask what happens outside of the flashbacks, to which he replies the first time we see Jill is when she receives a phone call from Tundra of the Hound Wolf Squad, informing her of the crimes taking place in the town and telling her that Chris thinks there might be BOWs involved, and when Jill hears the word BOW, she starts having the flashbacks. Her section ends with her snapping out of it and telling Tundra that she's on her way, before the camera cuts back to Chris talking to Lauren. Then I pretty much said that's cool, but what kind of role does she play? Then he responded with, once again, I only saw about an hour of gameplay, but from what I saw, she's kinda like how Chris was during the second half of Resident Evil Village. She'll mainly be a supportive character, but she will have some playable sections throughout the game. And he said that was about all he saw, but what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below, does this seem legit or not? And make sure to click this video right here to see the last batch of leaks that this dude sent me, which includes several screenshots of the Resident Evil 9 trailer, as well as a trailer release date. So I'll be keeping you guys updated on all the Resident Evil 9 news and leaks that I hear, but until then, this has been Bagels TV, and I'll see you around.